Greetings and welcome to our discussion. We are dealing with a very important topic of church life and our Christian life, that is catechesis. And specifically, we want to look at the reform of catechesis in Zimbabwe. My name is Father Mgcini Joseph Moyo. In his post-synodal exhortation, Pope Francis calls the whole church to what he terms pastoral and missionary conversion. Evangelii Gaudium is his post-synodal exhortation following the 2012 Synod on New Evangelization. So in number 25 of Evangelii Gaudium, Pope Francis calls the whole church to pastoral and missionary conversion. One of the areas that require this missionary and pastoral conversion is catechesis. How is our catechesis in Zimbabwe? For quite some time, the church, particularly the leadership of the church in Zimbabwe, has been concerned about the quality of the Christian life. Our failure to live according to what we profess. We don't find it easy to live what we profess. We find it difficult really to be what we are supposed to be in our social life and in all other spheres of life. It's easier to meet on Sunday, to sing, to share the word, but now when it comes to living these values that we profess in the economic sphere, the political sphere, it is not easy. And catechesis has to come in now, or it is expected to play that important role of forming or empowering the Christians to live the gospel values which they profess. So we want to look at how we can reform our catechesis in such a way that it is able to play this important role. Through catechesis, we are able to be empowered, or we can be empowered to live our Christian life in accordance with what we profess. But before we propose the ways in which we can reform our catechesis, we have to analyze what our catechesis is like and see the kind of catechesis that we are receiving, that catechesis that may not be forming us in the way that we want to be as Christians. So before we look at that, it is important to acknowledge the importance of catechesis in evangelization. The church exists to evangelize. For the church to be what it is, it's because of her identity of evangelization and her vocation of evangelization. If the church does not evangelize, it ceases to exist. If the church does not do mission, it ceases to exist. The church is born of mission, and it is born for mission, for evangelization. So catechesis comes in now there to play a very important part to make this evangelization fruitful. It has been noted in some of the documents of the church that if evangelization is not accompanied by catechesis, it will be fruitless. Evangelization sows the seed, that is God's word. Then catechesis comes in now to nurture its growth through various stages so that evangelization bears the fruits that are desired. So evangelization proclaims the reality of God's reign, the kingdom, which is made evident in the risen Lord, where people are invited to conversion and to follow Jesus Christ. And catechesis comes in now to guide those who have responded to this call, the initial conversion, so through various stages of initiation and apprenticeship into fullness of discipleship. So we take note of the situation of catechesis that has led to maybe lack of the formation or maturity in the Christian faith. For many years, catechesis focused primarily on handing on a doctrine, handing on a belief system, body of truths about Jesus Christ, about his teaching, about the church. And there are many historical reasons for this kind of development in the church. And because of this, catechesis then took up a language and method of religious education, because there is a difference between catechesis and religious education. So we realized that because of this, so catechesis adopted then the schooling model as its primary methodology. And for a long time, catechesis presumed, rightly or wrongly, but by and large presumed that these who are being catechized already possess this personal faith in Jesus. They already have a personal relationship with Jesus. So this very important foundation was taken for granted. So it was just that people are now being assisted through sacramental life, through preaching and some devotions to grow in the faith. But with the foundation of conversion and personal relationship with Jesus being taken for granted. So this is what then brought up and brings about always a dichotomy between what people believe and what they practice, between what we call orthodoxy and orthopraxis. Because the personal relationship with God is just considered a personal matter to be fostered through the sacramental life, through those devotions, but it has not always and has not always been the case. So we know that down the history now, beginning with the catechetical movement to the Vatican II, a lot of developments have taken place in the area of catechesis, seeking to address this problem. We have, as a country, made progress in the area of catechesis, in the reform of catechesis. We have many local catechisms, we have many centers that are forming lay catechists, but we cannot claim that we have realized the reform that was desired, and that is desired by Vatican II. We still have a lot to do, a lot to accomplish. So what are the things that we can do to reform our catechesis so that it really helps us to realize what we need to see in every Christian? A fully matured Christian who is empowered to live according to what they profess, who is able to live what they celebrate on Sunday, so that we don't have Sunday Christians. We have Christians who, when they delve into the political arena, they will be able there to influence the political world with their Christian values, because they have been empowered. They have been empowered by this kind of catechesis, which does not only give knowledge, but also forms the Christian, gives power to the Christian to live according to these values, which are not very easy to live. But we have to find ways of empowering our people so that we're really proud of this faith, that we live it. We live it wherever we find ourselves, in whatever situation and environment.